So recently I've been testing the brand new Fosi Audio C3, which is an AI powered gaming DAC and sound card, and it's designed to improve positional audio, enhance footsteps, and upgrade your overall gaming audio experience. This is it right here, as you can see, and honestly, I expected this to be another gimmicky gaming audio product that's claiming to do something that it's not. After properly testing it in competitive FPS games, I was generally surprised how much of a difference this made. Now, if you want to check out the C3 for yourself, there is a link in the description below. In the description alongside that link will be a discount code EK1 if you want to grab yourself a little saving on there. Go ahead and use that code. But today, basically, I want to talk about what the C3 actually does. What is this? Like, what does it do? What can you do from it? How it performs in real games? What surprised me the most about it? And whether it's actually worth upgrading your audio setup to put one of these in. So let's start by going first impressions. Straight away, the first thing that stood out to me was the design. This doesn't look like a typical cheap gaming device or a sound card. It's got no RGBs. It literally has a body and a functionality that does what it does. It's a really clean aluminium design. There's physical sliders on there. There's dedicated controls, headphone and mic support, and a proper desktop audio feel without any of that gimmicky RGB stuff. There's just no need for it. And honestly, the physical sliders are actually one of my favorite parts. Now, I never thought I'd say that because I am very tech savvy, but having a physical slider and being able to quickly adjust audio levels without tabbing out of a game literally feels genuinely useful. And it's also compact enough to fit neatly onto a desk setup, but it still looks premium and high-end, and it also feels premium and high-end. So let's talk about now what the C3 actually is. So technically, the Fosi Audio C3 is a DAC, a headphone amplifier, and an AI-powered gaming sound card combined into one device. Now, if you're not familiar with DACs, your PC's motherboard already converts digital sound into analog audio for your headphones, but a dedicated DAC and amps usually provide cleaner sound, more detail, better power delivery, and improved audio quality overall. Now, the C3 combines that audiophile style hardware with gaming focused AI features as well. So Fosi says the AI system is trained specifically to identify important in-game sounds. This includes like footsteps and movement cues. And after testing it myself, that's actually the feature that impressed me the most. So now let's go on to testing it in games. So I have tested the C3 mainly in competitive FPS games where positional audio really matters. So we're talking about games like Call of Duty, like Apex Legends, and other multiplayer games, Battlefield, anything like that. That's a multiplayer shooter, even CSGO, you know, just games that you could really do with that extra sound. And honestly, I expected the AI footstep enhancement to sound fake or over processed because on other devices it has, but surprisingly, it actually doesn't. So instead of making everything louder, which generally other products do, they just bump the sound up over everything, the C3 seems to separate the important sounds more clearly for explosions, gunfire, and background noise. And it takes the footsteps and puts it separate to that and makes it like almost a separate track. So the directional audio felt much cleaner. I found myself reacting faster to nearby movements because, you know, the sounds were easier to pinpoint which direction they're coming from. And especially in close range fights, it was literally a case of flick of the mouse and I know where that person's coming from. So probably the biggest compliment I can give this thing is it doesn't feel gimmicky. It actually feels useful, and I benefited from that sound. That sound really does help. And that's rare with gaming audio products because we've done lots and lots of headsets and stuff like that, but never really touched on amps like this because I never found one that was worth doing. Now let's talk about sound quality. So outside gaming, the overall sound quality is also a massive upgrade over your standard onboard audio. Of course, you know, if you're just listening to it through your Windows device or whatever it may be, the music sounds a lot cleaner on this. It sounds fuller, it's more detailed. The vocals felt a lot clearer. Bass had more depth without sounding muddy. and even YouTube videos and just generally scrolling and movies and Netflix, it sounded noticeably better to me. Now, the C3 also supports high resolution audio and has proper dedicated amplification for headphones and IEMs. I will be doing a video on a set of headphones and a set of IEMs as well, so don't forget to subscribe. So if you already own any headphones or you want to get some, this thing can absolutely help you get more out of them. So we've done lots of headphone reviews, and honestly, the C3 is interesting to me because it can just improve your audio overall. It's not just for gaming. It's literally worked very well with everyday desktop audio upgrades, even when I'm editing videos, when I'm looking at Netflix, YouTube, whatever it might be. So we're going to touch a little bit on the microphone features. I don't use this for microphone. The microphone side is pretty useful, but for me, I use an XLR, so it's not got an XLR port on it. But you have got AI-powered noise reduction, you've got mic monitoring, mute controls, and a physical adjustment directly on the unit. So a physical slider for your mic volume. Now, for streamers or multiplayer gamers, that's genuinely going to be convenient. So you don't have to spend a lot of money on a Rodecaster or anything like that. Especially if you have, as well, the noise cancellation. If you're looking at your keyboard noise, background fans, just general room noise, it's going to clear things up without needing loads of extra software. So now let's touch on connectivity and the setup. So the setup, it's simple. The C3 supports USB-C, optical, coaxial, and headphone output, including your 3.5mm microphone input and RCA outputs for speakers. So basically what that means, it works for gaming setups, it works for desktop audio, it works for speakers, it works for headphones, and even consoles. And thankfully, it's pretty much basically plug and play. There's no complicated setup process. There's no bloated software needed just to get started. It's literally just plug and play and you're up and running. It's simple as that. And I massively appreciate that because I don't want to be having to download 50 different programs to get it dialed in how I want it. Now, what I like the most now is after using it properly, probably the biggest things that stood out to me are, of course, like I said earlier, the footsteps. The enhancements actually work. So it's a device that does what it says. And the headline feature here basically is it's generally helped me during competitive gameplay or just gameplay where I really want to, dial in. The audio quality is genuinely good. I've never had any problems. This doesn't feel like a cheap gaming audio product, which is a bonus to me. It feels closer to proper desktop audio equipment. Now, I'm talking about a lot of money worth of equipment that you can get. This felt really close to that. And the physical controls, I absolutely love, as I said earlier in the video. The sliders and the buttons basically just make adjusting things incredibly easy, especially if you're mid-game or if you're on Discord and you just don't want to keep tabbing out and stuff like that. And the biggest surprise to me is that the AI features didn't feel fake or exaggerated, if that makes sense to you. Because obviously AI, we know we're in a world of that. It's crazy. The footstep enhancements genuinely help me make important sound easier to separate during gameplay. Again, like I say, you can separate that. It doesn't just put everything up. It actually takes that sound and makes it separately. And of course, when you're playing competitive FPS games, you want cleaner desktop audio, you use good headphones or IEMs, or you want just to seriously upgrade your audio, this is definitely worth checking out. And like I said, the link is in the description below. There is a discount code EK1. I did not get paid for this video. They just sent me the product and asked for an honest review. So there is no money swapping hands here. And of course, they don't get to see the video before I release it. We do have some other products coming up from Fosi as well. They were kind enough to send me 2 more things, which I'm going to do videos on in the near future. So let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are on upgrading your audio. If you own one of these or you're going to get one, let me know down below. Take care, everybody. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.